Please stand by, we're about to go live. Please wait, I just have to check something before we go live. Okay, we are going, okay. Sorry, let me put this, yeah, better, okay. Okay, we are a small New Zealand group. We are about to go live with the specials, with a 3 News special. We will return as soon as possible.
A 3 News special.
Kia ora, good afternoon. A hot air ballooning disaster in the Wairarapa has claimed the lives of 11 people. The balloon was flying near the small town of Carterton when it burst into flames and crashed to the ground. These are the first pictures from the scene. Witnesses say the balloon was about 150 metres above the ground when it burst into flames and it clipped power lines on the way down. 10 passengers and the pilot were on a sightseeing flight just before 7:30 this morning, and all were killed in the crash. Well, emergency services have cordoned off the scene, which is Somerset Road near the Clearville Showgrounds in Carterton in the Wairarapa, and an emergency centre has been set up at the Carterton Fire Station. Well, police have held a joint media conference in Carterton, and Charlotte Shipman was there and joins us now. Charlotte, what can you tell us?
Police say it is still very early in their investigation. At the moment, they're still notifying the victims next of kin. And while they are still working out what happened in the air, they have confirmed the balloon hit power lines on its way down, and 2 people either fell or jumped from the basket when that happened. Now, the bodies and the balloon wreckage are still at the scene at the moment, which, as you say, has been cordoned off.
And do we know anything about the passengers?
We understand that the pilot was Lance Hopping, who is a very experienced local balloon pilot. Police say the other victims were 5 couples from the greater Wellington region, but they won't confirm the identities of those people. That probably won't happen until tomorrow, as they're still trying to get hold of all of their relatives to tell them.
And Charlotte, what about an investigation? Is the air traffic investigators approaching the scene or on their way?
Yes, we understand that up to 4 accident investigators are on their way to the scene to try and work out what happened here, and their main role is to assess the situation, see what happened, and try and prevent any tragedies happening in a similar manner in the future.
And Charlotte, I mean, you've been on the ground for a short time, but you have talked to some locals. What's the feeling there?
Oh, they're all devastated. They know how bad this will be for the community. It's a resilient community, but it's very small, and they're just bracing themselves because they'll know that they know the pilot. He was very well known, very well respected, and it's just a really big blow for them. If you think about it, coming off the Christmas period, a lot of the people, a lot of the victims probably were up there on Christmas vouchers. It could have been a present from someone else. So they're all just feeling this within the community because they watch these hot air balloons fly over them every day, and it's just something normal. And so when they look out their windows and see it in flames, and we even have had reports that screams, very violent screams, were heard either from people watching below or perhaps even from the victims themselves were heard. So they're just devastated.
Okay, Charlotte, thank you. Don Cunningham also witnessed a hot air balloon crash that claimed the lives of the pilot Lance Hopping and his 10 passengers, who were a mix of locals and visitors. Cunningham spoke to us a short time ago.
The balloon took off at its normal time, and I went out walking the dog just after 7, and I could see the balloon up in the sky, and because there's no wind, it was a perfect day, it hadn't moved very far, and I saw it there, so I just carried on walking the dog, and I could hear the gas burners going. And I sort of looked for it and I couldn't see it, and I thought, well, that's unusual, so I sort of hunted around for it in the sky, and finally sort of saw it going down behind the trees, and I thought, it's all right. I could see the top of the canopy and it looked okay, but then I heard some shouting and screaming, and then a big pool of black smoke, so I went up onto the road out of the field where I was walking, and walked down towards the main road, and then the volunteer fire brigade siren went off. So then the two Carterton fire brigades came up in a police car. So I thought, with the police car, that this is not good, because police only attend people sort of accidents. So and it immediately thought that it might have been the balloon, and then 2 more fire brigades, another police car and an ambulance came. So that, you know, so I didn't go down there. I just carried on and came home, but wasn't. That was about it. You know, so it was a perfect day. It looked, you know, it looked like controlled descent, and the guy who was flying the balloon, he's really, really experienced. He's been up every day this week.
Don Cunningham speaking to us earlier. So just repeating the news, 11 people have been killed in a hot air ballooning accident near Carterton in the Wairarapa. There were no survivors. The pilot was Lance Hopping, who was an experienced hot air balloonist. Police haven't released the identities of the 10 passengers on board, but say they were 5 couples from the greater Wellington area. Witnesses say the balloon caught fire at 150 metres and burst into flame before crashing to the ground, hitting power lines on the way down. Air traffic investigators are arriving at the scene. Well, that concludes this 3 News special on the ballooning accident. We'll have updates throughout the day. You can get more information on our website. That's 3news.co.nz. And of course, we'll have full coverage on 3 News at 6 o'clock. I'm Simon Shepherd. Good afternoon.
A 3 News special.
That was the 3 News special that aired at 8:33 this morning. We're experiencing some technical difficulties with one of the laptops we have. We are working on it. We're working on the latest, which will be the TVNZ midday update. We're working on bringing you that. We are our laptop has just crashed. Yeah, the laptop has crashed. Unfortunately, it means that the normal quality of the videos has been affected, and I apologise for the way the video looks at the moment. We are working on everything. We're just using a brand new service called Quick. I'm just having a bit of a look through of what is possible to be done. I know that we're currently broadcasting live. Unfortunately, we can't bring you the 1 News special as originally thought. We're going to go to the Herald when that loads and try and get video, or at least some pictures. No, we're not. We have no videos, but we have pictures. We're working on bringing you those. Sorry about this. Please stand by. We are working on this. We've currently been broadcasting for 8 minutes and 27 seconds. We are working on this to just please stand by. We're still getting all the details into us from at the NZNN studios.
Yes, we understand that
sorry
up
about
to
that.
4
Delayed
accident
videos.
investigators.
We are working on this. We are currently broadcasting live. We are experiencing some difficulties. Stand by as we are working on it.
What are you doing?